Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm going to be talking about longevity, part 5. This is the last in the series of longevity and health, and the information is mainly from the book by Dr. Wallach, The Age Beaters and Their Universal Currency for Immortality. I'm going to read you a quote from Dr. Wallach. All humans can easily reach 100 years of age by simply following certain known and predictable physiological laws. These laws for longevity are as unforgiving and predictable as gravity. If you ignore them, you will not make it to 100, but if you follow them, you can easily make it healthfully to 100 years of age. So for the past month, we've been looking at these different principles. There's just 4 principles to reaching 100. Now, the last principle is avoid the landmines. Landmines are things that affect your health negatively, and they will definitely keep you from reaching 100 years of age. These include smoking, drinking, excess alcohol, using street drugs, not getting a second medical opinion, eating fried foods, eating burnt meat, consuming sugar, consuming large quantities of superheated carbohydrates, indulging in high-risk behaviors, exercising without supplementing, using prescription drugs. One of the benefits of the blue zones, we talked about the blue zones, these are people groups who have a high number of centurions. So one of the benefits of these blue zones was that they were in remote areas and did not have access to pharmaceuticals, doctors, drugs, junk food, and other health hazards. Dr. Wallach, in his book, also goes into detail about groups of people who do not make it to 100 years of age. So the first is billionaires. According to Forbes magazine, the average lifespan of billionaires is 78. And there's never been a billionaire that has lived to 100 years of age. This is rather astounding since they have the money to buy whatever food they want to and to get any kind of medical treatment that they would like. Yet living to 100 is not a matter of having enough money. You can't buy health. You have to earn it. Another people group that do not make it to 100 years of age are Nobel Prize winners. Surprisingly enough, there's never been a Nobel Prize winner lived to be 100. Yet they have complete access to information, advanced technology, and people in the cutting edge of science. But sadly, Nobel Prize winners usually die of common diseases. So the answer for having health and longevity is not in science. That is modern science. Medical doctors are another people group that do not make it to 100 years of age. According to their own surveys and published research, the average lifespan of a primary care and family physicians in 1999 was 56 years of age. And the main cause of death reported in medical doctors are cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Now, if doctors actually live to 120 and they're healthy, then we should seek their advice and follow their instructions to the letter. But if they're dying in their 50s from diseases that we want to avoid, why in the world would we follow their advice? That is not smart. Another people group that do not make it to 100 are athletes. This is rather shocking, but with exception of 3 black athletes from the old Negro Baseball League in the 20s and 30s, there's never been a professional athlete ever live to 100. In fact, the average professional athlete lives to the age of 62, while the average couch potato lives to 78. This is due to the fact that when one works out, they sweat out nutrients and especially essential minerals. So if these are not replaced, then disaster is inevitable. Water, soft drinks, tea, Gatorade, that's not going to be enough. Exercise without supplementation is suicide. Also, according to the Center of Disease Control, some 75 to 100,000 young Americans under the age of 35 who work out regularly die suddenly every year. Another people group that don't make it to 100 are vegans. A true vegan strictly only eats grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and plants, and they avoid all animal products. Now, according to Dr. Wallach, there's not been any modern vegan to reach the age of 100. Furthermore, within just 5 years of becoming a vegan, those who do not seriously supplement begin to develop gray hair, blood sugar problems, periodontal disease, arthritis, anemia, hypertension, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, hypertension, cancer, liver cirrhosis, cognitive, memory, and emotional problems. Long-lived people groups on the earth eat some form of animal products, including meat. One of the thoughts is that before the flood, before Noah's time, people lived to be 800 years old, and yet they did not eat meat. Well, we have to understand that the world at that time is different than the present world. It's two different scenarios. In fact, some feel that the world back in those days had a canopy of water around it, and it was actually like a hyperbaric chamber, the entire world was. So that can account for their longevity and lack of disease and sickness. So we can't just take one aspect that they didn't eat any meat, and that is what caused them to live long. We can't just take one aspect and make it the whole. Okay, so we have to focus on what it is now. What it is now is that the fact is there are no modern vegans that make it to 100 years of age. Just in review, the 4 common threads of anti-aging are: 1. Consume large amounts of antioxidants. 2. Eat a calorie-restricted diet. 3. Supplement with all known essential nutrients. 4. Avoid the landmines. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions or concerns, just contact us. Please make sure to subscribe and talk to you.